prep. Focus. Hi guys, it's Krupa of Brockwire, and welcome to my channel. Here is where we create content on all things lifestyle, meaning we speak about beauty, about marriage, about faith, and everything in between. So if you're new here, welcome, and make sure you subscribe and join the squad. Today's video is the realest marriage prep you'll ever get, okay? So I, a young woman being married, hereby confess that marriage is by far the loveliest, best relationship I've ever had, but the hardest ever. And I am here to tell you some of the realest marriage prep that you'll ever hear. I remember when I got married, everyone was like, oh my gosh, well done, congratulations, welcome to the squad, welcome to the party. And I was like, whoa! And then marriage happened and I was like, yo, it was a lot. So I'm here to give you, like we do here on this channel, we only do 5 tips a video. You're welcome to leave a comment down below and say, yo, I need some more, okay? I'm about to be married and I need to be prepared. But let's just debunk this very thing. This whole idea of being prepared is not a thing, okay? You'll never be prepared, but you can be prepared enough so that no shock factor can come and enter your marriage. Does that make sense? But in terms of being like internally prepared, there's no such thing. Life is just going to throw you different lemons each and every time. Sometimes they'll be ripe, sometimes they won't, sometimes they'll be fresh off the grass. Who knows, okay? The grass, the plant. So, before I start as well, I just want to quickly say, all you kakis and kakas and fours who are about to just be like, man kabarati, Leslie sa nahi happy, man kabarati, join Instagram, last photo ne reply nahi karo, comment nahi karo, enu matlab ke log ko happy nahi. No, we are happy, okay? We are happy. We're happy. I'm just letting my other newly wedded people, or those that are thinking about marriage, or those that are intrigued about what marriage has in store for them, I'm just warning them, okay, of some of the things that happen in a marriage. That's all, okay? Now that that's loud and clear, let's go. Number 1, communication is key. I know you've heard this before. I know it. We hear it in every workplace, we hear it in every little course that we do. Communication is everything. But guys, just want to reiterate that communication is absolutely key. Don't brush things under the carpet. Don't do that, okay? Don't do that. Number 2, childhood baggage is a real thing, my friends, a real thing. I know for sure, and I'm not ashamed to say it, I brought a whole load of mess into our marriage, and we both had to work on them and grow from them. So what happens is, when life throws you lemons and it turns into trauma, what happens is that when you're single, you kind of use other substances like intimacy or like alcohol, like drugs, and what you do is you numb those pains. It's not something that you just need to address, and therefore don't, in most cases anyway. But then when you get married, it's something that you need to address because it's kind of become your behavior. But when your behavior is affecting somebody else, it needs to be addressed. It's just simple maths. So just be mindful that you're not thinking that you're bringing home or you're marrying someone that's already whole. Yes, there's a level of wholeness in you and your spouse, but there is also some stuff that you're just gonna have to work through, and that's just the way life is and life goes. So when you're married, don't be traumatized if some stuff come up and you're like, don't be traumatized. It's okay. You work through them, it's okay. But just be aware that they might be there. Like I said, this is gonna be a real marriage prep, so that's pointer number 2. Number 3 is making love is important. So some days when you're not feeling like it, you need to really understand that for your partner, it might be the very thing that tells him, I love you. I am still interested in you. Yes, we both have been grinding all day, but I understand that this is important to you and therefore will make it a priority. I've also awkward speaking about it because in an Indian household, when you watch a film or something and like some kissing scene comes on, like people start getting their phones out or start suddenly be thirsty, like yeah, so it's just the real, guys. And like I said, the realest marriage prep you'll ever get is right here. So what I'm going to do is give you a tip. So if you're a wife, here's your tip: prepare yourself to be in that mindset of wanting to make love. The worst thing you could do is okay, whatever, let's just do it. It's just so unattractive for the man. So my tip would be have a shower, wind down, put his favorite perfume on, not on your neck because it ages you. Guys, can I just reiterate that making love is not just in the act of doing so. Making love starts with, you look beautiful baby in the morning, even with your crusty eye bogey, okay? Or here you go baby, a cup of tea in the morning, or a cup of coffee in the morning, just how you like it. Or here you go, breakfast for you babe. Or here you go, I've made you some lunch. Intimacy can be in you helping her out at home, or you just showing her your appreciation, or you just noticing her, as opposed to, okay, now I'm ready to just make love, so let's just go and do it. It just isn't, we just don't connect that way, we're not wired that way. So start off by telling your wife just how beautiful she is, make her little breakfast in the morning, okay, give her a little smooch on her forehead and let her know how much she's loved, and before you know it, you have a nice little connection, okay? You see what I'm saying? Number 4, thank me later, okay? In fact, thank me now. I have got you, my friends. I've got you, my sisters, okay? Number 4, my friends, is home training, and that is acknowledging what kind of home training he's got. If you see or hear a slight little vibe that his mum still does his laundry, that his mum still folds his boxers, that his mum will clean up after him, that his mum will cook for him every day, best believe you'll be taking that role on. And the reality is, if you are a housewife, then, and just a housewife on its own, let alone mum duties, let alone anything else, then maybe, just maybe, you'll be happy to do it. But my friends, if you are a working woman, and then on top of that you are a mum, and then on top of that you are a, listen, my friends, listen, it will be epic. It will be epic. So I'm not saying you don't marry him because his home training isn't the best, no. What I'm saying is that conversation of home training will happen before the marriage. And here's what I mean. You should write a list of things that you'll happily do. So I enjoy cooking, so I will cook. I enjoy folding the laundry, so I'll do it. I enjoy doing this shopping, so I'll do it. I enjoy a bit of car work. It's a bit of like car assembling thing. I don't know what you do with cars. I clearly don't like it, so I wouldn't know the terminology. But you like cars. You happen to like cars. You'll write that in your list. And here's the point I'm trying to make. He will make a list, you will make a list, and you both will have an honest conversation of what your marriage will look like once you are married. Because, my friends, if you have the surprise of not having this conversation and then you go in and pick up all the load that the mother used to carry, it's gonna tarnish somewhat your relationship, because you're supposed to be his wife, but now you feel like his mum. So then it's like, you know, the Bible says that we must respect our husbands, but if our husbands is as if they're our firstborn, then that kind of respect will be tarnished as well, which would in turn, I'm telling you, tarnish your relationship. The bottom line is, have those lists that you are keen on doing, that you're not so keen on doing, that you'd rather not do, and then have an honest conversation of what responsibilities you'll pick up or which you'll transfer onto the other, essentially. So the point of this is that you're going into the marriage with great clear expectations as to what is required of one another, because I feel like some of the greatest disappointments come from expecting certain things and then not having it happen that way. So you're welcome. Okay, so I always say it, and I'm going to say it again because I need y'all to understand that on my videos I will be doing 5 tips, 5 pointers, 5 advice, whatever it is only. So if you would like to hear more, comment down below, let me know, and I'll be sure to do more videos like this just for you. So my last but not the least of my points is number 5, and it is Desperate Housewives or The Real Housewives is not the reality for some, okay? Hear me out. You're gonna have to grind together to get it to that situation, unless of course he's already self-made, in which case it means he comes with his own challenges, because we know that when a man is self-made he will come with his own little challenges, okay? He's seen different things of life, so he'll come with different challenges, in which case you will have to identify them as and when they come and go through them together, obviously. But the likelihood is sometimes life will throw you lemons, and what was security once upon a time will be shaky waters, in which case you both learn to swim together, okay? You don't learn to swim like that, you learn to swim together. So the reality is you both are gonna have to grind, and grinding can sometimes get messy, but it's okay. It's not the end of your journey. I know a woman likes to feel security in a relationship. Just for a season, that security will look like just the assurance that you both are grinding together, swimming together and growing together. And then that security of finances or security of lifestyle will come as you both grind towards that. But I think it's really important, be encouraged, don't be scared, don't be like fearful if life throws you lemons at the beginning of your marriage or mid-marriage and you're like, yo, what happened to the security? You both are going to grow together. The most important thing is that is the vision, and that's the goal, and that's where you're going towards, right? It might not be in everyone's context either, it might not be in everyone's situation, but if this is something that you find yourself in, then be encouraged. It's okay. For my context, Leslie and I started to date when he was working, and then he became self-employed. So when I heard the word self-employed, I'm like, yeah, I'm about to get this lifestyle on, okay? I'm about to shop every day. But the reality of being self-employed is that a business will have to first go through the graft, right? We'll have to go through the grind, and then it will grow. So during the grinding period, things were messy, but that's okay, because we grew together, we are growing together, we understand each other, and we understand the vision. Don't be sidetracked if security isn't your first feeling or your first assurance. It's okay. Be strong in that season, because that season could be the toughest season ever. Like, I know that for me it was tough. It was really tough, and I would really appreciate hearing something like this. Don't put him down about it. Just keep going. Just keep going. And you know what? Help him. You're called to be a helper, so help him in that. God will honor that love. So I started helping Leslie build his empire, that of course I'm going to be a part of, because hello, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, I done things in the act of love, in honoring our love, and it was fruitful. Yay to that. So that is it from me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you share with your friends, your family, your neighbors, and everyone in between, and make sure you smash the subscribe button and join the squad, because you do not want to miss any of my future content. So with that being said, I shall see you in the next video. Ciao.